Welcome back everyone, my name is Abdullah Gori from Alpha Technology, and in this video we will create tic-tac-toe game in C++. In this video I will explain the whole logic of tic-tac-toe game, and I will explain how you can create this game by your own. I will explain everything step by step so you can learn everything from this video. And there is another interesting thing in this game. In this game we will implement two modes of this game. In the first mode, user and computer can play the game, and in the second mode, two players can play this game. So before we get started, if you are new on this channel, do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you get notification whenever we upload any new video. So let's start our video. So first of all, we need some variables in which we store the temporary data. Now the first variable will be our board. So we want to create an array of characters in which we store our board. So now let's create character array. So we'll say character board, and here the size of the array will be 9, because in the tic-tac-toe game we have 9 positions to be marked. And initially what I will do, I will initialize all the elements as space. So I will copy this 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So we have 9 characters out there. Now what I will do, I will create a function, and the name of the function will be void show board. Now this function will show the board on the screen. Okay, now let's do everything step by step. Now let's go down and first implement the show board method so we can see how our board will look like. So what I will do, I will go down, and here we will implement our show board method. We'll say void show board. It will not accept any argument, so here we will print the board on the console screen. So we'll say cout, and after that I will print 3 spaces there, 1 2 3, and after that I will say 1 2 3 4 spaces, then a pipe sign and 1 2 3 spaces right there. After that what I will do, I will add 4 more spaces, 1 2 3 4, and a pipe sign and 1 2 3 spaces. After that here I will say inline. So we have created first line of our board. So after that I will go down, I will say cout, and here I will say 1 2 3 spaces. After 3 spaces I will print the first character of the board, so I will say board of 0. Okay, so after that I will print 4 spaces, and then I will print a pipe sign, then 3 spaces. After that I will print board of 1, so the second character of the board, and here I will print 4 spaces and then a pipe sign and then 3 spaces. After that I will print board of 2, which is the third character of our board. Now let's see how our board will look like. So what I will do, I will call this show board method here. I will run this code, and you can see this is the output, but it's not look great. So what we need to do here, we need to erase 1 space, and we need to erase the 1 space from here as well. I will save this code. I will run this code. Now everything looks fine there. We can copy these 2 statements, and then we can paste them here, and we can paste them here. Now we just need to replace the index number of the board. Now here we have board of 0 at the top right here, board of 1 here, board of 2 here. Here we'll say board of 3, then board of 4, board of 5, board of 6, board of 7, and board of 8. Now I will save this code. Let me build and run this program and see. So it looks fine for now. Now what we need to do, we need to add some spaces or some lines there. We need to add some horizontal line, so line will look like this. Okay, so now what we can do, we will come down here, we will add a cout statement. So we will say cout, and here we add hyphens. Okay, now let's try to add these hyphens. If I run this code, it's look like this. I have adjusted the spaces, so you can adjust the space. Now let me describe how many spaces are there. There are 3 spaces, then 3 spaces are here and 3 here, and then 3 spaces and 3 spaces. After that 3 spaces are here, and then there are 2 and 3 spaces and 2 and 3 spaces. After that you can copy these 2 statements and you can paste them right here, and you can paste the same statement right here. You just need to change the index number of the board. After that there are some hyphen signs. So let me count how many hyphens are there. 20 hyphens out there. So if I save this code, if I run this program, so you can see our board looks great. Now let's see if we mark any position, is it looks fine or not. So I am marking 2 positions and I will run this code. You can see it looks fine. Okay, but it's not 100% fine. So what I will do, I will copy this statement, I will paste it right here, and I will go down. I will paste the statement right here, and we can go down. We can put this statement right here as well. So now it will be 100% beautiful board. Now we got our board. Now let's talk about the other things that we need to create. Now here we need to add some methods that we need in our program. So the method will be void get x player. So it will get the x player choice. So this method will get the choice from the x player. X means the player which have the symbol x. After that we will do the same thing for the O player. So I will copy and paste this and I will say O. So we have 2 methods right there, 2 functions right there. After that we need another thing, that our program will have 2 modes. In the first mode they have computer and player, and in the second mode there are 2 players. So let's get the choice for the computer as well. So we'll say get computer choice. So here we will get the computer choice. After that we need a method or function which will count the board. So here we'll create int count board function, and it will accept a character which will be the symbol that it will count in the board. Okay, after that we have check winner function. So we need to define the check winner. So we'll say void check winner. This function will check the winner, and another thing is that this function will be character because it will return the character. If x win, it will return x. If O win, it will return O. Now after that we have 2 game modes. The first is void computer vs player, in which computer and player will play the game, and we have another method which is player versus player. So if I say methods, you can assume that I am saying function because I also make the tutorials for the object oriented programming. So that's why it's become my habit to call functions as methods. Now what I will do, let's just go down and first get the choice from the computer. So here I will implement the method. I will say void get computer choice. Now this function will get the computer choice. Now the computer choice will be random. Now we will generate a random number between 0 to 9, and whatever number computer generate, it will be marked the position. So if you don't know about how to generate random number, you can watch my video random number generator on my channel, so you can get the idea how we generate the random numbers. Now for that, what I will do, I will go at the top because we need some header files to declare there. So we will include a header file which is ctime and another header file which is random. I will go down in the get computer choice function. Here we will say srand. Srand means it will set the random, and I will pass their time, and then in the time I will pass 0. So it will make sure that every time we get the 100% random number. After that I will say int choice. So let's get the computer choice right there. Now we will use a do while loop to make sure that computer gets a random choice which is available. Like in our board, maybe first position is marked and computer also choose the first position. So we'll say there this position is not available. You need to take another position. Okay, so for that what we will use a do while loop which will validate the choice of the computer. So here we will say do. In the block of do, we will say choice is equal to rand. It's a function which will return rand. Percentage 10, it means it will return a random number between 0 to 9. Okay. After that, here will come, we'll say while. Now here we'll put our condition. I will say while board of choice. So whatever index number returned by computer, if the index number of if the position is not equal to an empty space, then the loop will run. Okay, if the position will equal to an empty space, the loop will stop and it will get the choice. After that we will say board of choice is equal to O, because computer character will always O. Okay, so that's why whatever we get the choice, we are marking in the position with character O. Got it? Now let's move on and let's declare the function which is void get x player choice, in which we get the player choice for the x. Now what I will do here, I will use a while loop. So I will say while true, this loop will run forever until we specify a break statement inside this loop. Now let's see how we specify a break condition. So first of all, I will print that cout select your position, and here I will specify 1 to 9. So it will remind the user that you need to select the position from 1 to 9. After that, what I will do, I will say int choice. So I am declaring a variable called choice in which we store the choice for the user. I will get the choice of the user in our choice variable. Then I will say choice minus minus. Why I say choice minus minus? Let's say user want to mark the position number 9, but in the programming index start from 0. So if we mark position number 9, it means user actually wants to mark the position number 8 in the programming. So that's why I minus minus it, so it decreased by 1. Okay, now here we will check a condition. So the condition will be if choice is less than 0, if the choice is less than 0 or choice is greater than 8, then it means user have chosen an invalid choice. So we will print a message there. So we'll say please select your choice, please select your choice from, and here I will say 1 to 9. Now user will select choice from 1 to 9. After that we need to check another condition. So we'll say else if, and here we'll check if board of choice is not equal to empty space. So we will check the same thing that we have checked for the computer choice. So here we are checking if the choice that user select, it's not empty. So if the position is not available, then we'll say cout please select an empty position and inline. Okay, we will come down, and in the else we'll say board of choice. So if this condition gets false, it means user select the correct choice 100%. So we'll say board of choice equal to x, and then we will say break. It means it will break the loop. Okay, now this is how we get the choice for the X player. Now it will same for the O player. We just need to change one thing. So we'll copy this statement. I am using everything descriptively, but you can concise this code a lot better. But for the explanation, I am using everything in explained way. So what I will do, I just make it 0. It means get O player choice, and instead of X, I will say O. We just need to make this change there. Now we got the choice. Now let's implement the count board function. Now in the count board, it will count the symbol that we pass in the function, and it will count how many times it appears in the board. So it is int count board. It will accept a character symbol, and here what we will do, we will create a variable int total in which we store the total. Initially the total will be equal to 0. Here we'll run a for loop. We'll say for int I equal to 0, I less than 9, because the size of our board is 9. And here we'll say I plus plus. Here we'll say if board of I equal to the symbol that you pass, then what it will do, it will say total plus equal to 1. It will increase the total by 1. Okay, now after the for loop, we just return the total, so it will return the total to us. Okay, now we are clear from here. So till now what we have done, we have created a main method. In the main method we are just showing the board. Then we have get computer choice, which will get the computer choice. Then we have get X player choice, which will get the choice for the X player. Then we have get O player choice, which will get the choice from O player. Then we have count board and show board. Okay, now let's create the function which is check winner. So this will return a character, so we'll say character check winner, and here we will open up this. Now first we will check row wise everything. So we'll check if the first row has the same character, that means this character won the game. So we'll say if, here we will say if board of 0 is equal to board of 1 and board of 1 is equal to board of 2. If board of 0 equal to board of 1 and board of 1 equal to board of 2, that means we have our winner. And we need to check another condition. What condition we need to check? We need to check another thing, and board of 0 not equal to empty, because initially if we run the game, all the character are 0 or empty spaces. So this condition will get true because these are equal. So that's why we are checking the character should not be a space. Okay, now here if this condition gets true, so what we will do, we will say return board of 0. You can return any character among them. So we are checking first row, and we are also making sure that all the rows not have the empty space. So after that I will copy this statement, I will paste it right here 2 times. So let me add a comment. I will say checking winner in horizontal or row. Okay, so we have checked for board of 0 to board of 2. Now we will start from board of 3. If board of 3 equal to board of 4, board of 4 equal to board of 5, and board of 3 is not equal to empty space. And then we will do the same thing for this one. We'll say board of 6 is equal to board of 7, board of 7 is equal to board of 8, and board of 6 is not equal to an empty space. Then we get the winner. So we are returning the first character. So you can return any character because they will same. If they will same, only then this will return. So here we will return board of 3 and board of 6. Okay, now let's go down and check for checking winner in vertical or column. Okay, so here we will check the winner in vertically. Now to check the vertically, so we say that if board of 0 is equal to board of 3 and board of 3 is equal to board of 6 and board of 0 is not equal to an empty space, then return board of 0. So what I will do, I will copy this statement, paste it right here, paste it right here. Okay, now we just need to change the index number. So here we have checked for board of 0, board of 3 and board of 6. Here we check board of 1 is equal to board of 4 and board of 4 is equal to board of 7. and board of 1 is not equal to empty space. Okay, now here we will check if board of 2 is equal to board of 5 and board of 5 is equal to board of 8. Then we need to check another thing, which is board of 2 is not equal to empty space. Then what we will return? We will return board of 2, and here we will return board of 1. Okay, now that's how we will check the horizontal and vertical. Now here we'll say checking winner in diagonal. So here we'll check the winner is diagonally, okay, in the crosswise. So here what we will do, we'll say if board of 0 is equal to board of 4 and board of 4 is equal to board of 8 and board of 0 not equal to an empty space, then return board of 0. Okay, so here we are checking diagonally. Okay, now we need to check another diagonal. So here we'll say if board of 2 is equal to board of 4 and board of 4 is equal to board of 6 and board of 2 not equal to an empty space, then return board of 2. So we have checked all the things. We have checked horizontally, we have checked vertically, and we have checked diagonally. Now we have checked all these things. Here we need to check another thing. We need to check, is there any empty position that user can mark or the game is draw. So we'll check if. Now here we use our count board function. So we'll say if count board, and here we'll pass x, and we'll say if count board x plus count board O is less than 9, then what it will do, it will return C. It stands for continue. So we can assume that if it's written C, it means it says continue. Else return D for draw. Okay, so whenever this function return D, it means the game is draw. So we have implemented our check winner function as well. Now it's time to implement our two last function, which is computer versus player game and player versus player. Now what I will do, I will implement them right here. So you can implement anywhere. So here we'll say void, and here we will call our computer versus player. Okay, so in the computer versus player, the first thing that we'll need the string player name. Okay, so here we'll declare variable of string called player name. We will print out a message, enter your name. User will enter the name. We will store the name in player name variable. After that, we will run the loop for infinity time until we break it from inside. So here we'll say while true. So in the while block, what I will do, I will say system, and here I will say CLS. So it's not a recommended way to clear the screen, but it's work for the beginners, so you can use this. Okay, so after that, the first thing that I will do, I will first show the board. So I will call our show board function, which will show the board. After that, what I will do, I will check the condition. I will say if count board of x is equal to count board of O, then it's the turn of the player, because player will always be x. How this condition will work? Now see, if there is no position marked, it means they will be equal. It means x will be mark the first position. Okay, if x marks and then if O also marks, now these all x and O will be equal, then it's turn of x. So that's why whenever they equal, the turn will be assume that the turn is for x. Okay, so now because it's a player choice, so we will print C out, and here we will print that player name, and here we'll say player name's turn. So player can understand that it's my turn. And inline. After that, we will use our get x player function, which will get x player choice function, which will get the choice for the x player. I will come down, and in the else, I will say else get computer choice. So if it's not a player choice, it will get the choice for the computer. So we will come down, we will create a character variable, and we'll name this character variable as winner, and we will call our check winner function. Now whatever check winner will return, it will store in our winner variable. Now what I will do here, I will say if winner equals to x, then what it will do, it will go down, it will say system CLS, it will first clear the screen, and here it will show the board, the final board, and after that we will print cout, and here we'll say player name won the game. Okay, so after that we will say break, because if anyone wins the game, it should break. Now we will check another condition, which is else if. Here we'll check else if winner is equal to O, it means computer wins. So here we'll say system CLS show board, and here we'll say cout computer won the game. So I will make them in the double quotes because it's a text. I will end the line. Okay, now we have checked for computer and player. Now let's check for a draw. So here we'll check else if winner is equal to D. If the check winner function return D, it means the game is draw. So here we'll say cout game is draw. Okay, and here we will print the inline and break. Okay, another thing is that we need to break this right here as well, because whenever anyone wins, it will break. So that's all for this. Now let's play the game and let's see is it working or not. So what I will do, I will call the computer versus player function right there. I will run this code and see is it working or not, and it's working. So I will enter my name Abdullah. So it says this thing, but there are two positions that are already marked. I will add the spaces. So we have now an empty board. Okay, I will say my name is Abdullah. Here it will show the empty board. So first of all, I will mark this first position, and it says please select an empty position. So we have done a mistake. What we have did, we didn't close the square bracket right here, so that was our mistake, and the same mistake will be right here as well. So we need to solve this. Now I will run this code again, and hopefully this will work fine. Now I will say Abdullah, and I will mark the first place. Okay, you can see I will mark this place and computer marks this place. So this time I will mark the place number 9, computer marks this place. Now this time I will mark the place number 5. Now it says Abdullah won the game because I have consecutive X in my diagonal. Okay, so it's working fine. Now let's go down and implement the function which is player versus player game. So two players can also play this game. Now to implement the player versus player game, what we will do, almost the logic will be same as above, but we need to make some changes right there. First I will say void player versus player, and here the first thing that we will do, we will create string variables. So here we'll say X player name, because now we will have two players name and O player name. So we have X player name and O player name. After that, what I will do, I will print a message cout enter X player name. Whoever enter the first name, the sign of the player will be X. Okay, then we will store the name in our X player name variable. After that, we will print another cout message, enter O player name, and I will store it in O player name variable. Now we have got our names out there. Now we will do the same thing. We will run a while loop, and here I will say while true, because we want to break it from the inside. First thing they will do, will clear the screen. So we'll say system CLS. After that, what I will do, I will show the board, so user can see the board. So I will say show board, and here we'll check the same condition. So we'll say if count board of X, if count board of X is equal to count board of O, then what it will do, it will get the choice for the X. So here what I will do, I will say get the choice for X. So first of all, I will print cout. We will print the name of the X player, and here we'll say X players turn, so user can understand which turns is it. After that, after printing the turn, we will call our get X player function, so it will get the choice. So the function name is get X player choice. Okay, now we will go down in the else part. So in the else, we will say the same thing. We will say cout O player name, O player name's turn, and here we will say inline. After that, we will call our get O player choice function. Okay, so after that, what we will do, we will do the same thing. So we'll say character winner is equal to check winner. So here I will check if the winner is equal to the X, it means X won the game. So here we will come down, we will say system CLS. After that, we will show the board. After showing the board, what I will say cout X player name, X player name won the game. Okay, after that I will say break, because if anyone won the game, it should break. I will say else if winner is equal to O, we'll do the same thing. So we'll say system CLS, show the board, so user can see the results. After that, we'll say cout O player name won the game, and inline and break. Now after that, we'll check the draw. So here we'll say else if winner is equal to D. If the result is equal to D, it means it's a draw. Here we'll say cout game is draw. Okay, and inline. After the draw, we will also print the break. Now that's all that we need to do for player versus player function. Now we will go in the main function. Now in the main function, we just need to add a simple switch condition. So our main function can check that whether user want to play the player versus player mode or computer versus player mode. Okay, so now for that, I will declare a variable. I will say int mode, in which we get the mode. So here I will print two choice for the user. I will say one is computer versus player and inline, and we have a second choice as well, which is player versus player. Okay, and inline. So we have two choices out there. Now we will ask the user to select the game mode. So we'll say select game mood. Inline, we will store the game mood in our game mood variable. So here we'll say mood. Now we will use the switch statement. So we'll say switch mood. Now we will come down, and here we will say case. If case is 1, then what we will do, in the case 1 we will call our computer versus player function. So user want to play the game with the computer. After that I will say break, and in the case 2 we will call player versus player function because two players want to play the game, break. After that, in the default I will say default cout. I will print a message if user doesn't select 1 and 2. So I will say please select valid game mode. So I will say please select valid game mode and inline. After that we can say here break, or if you don't say, it's totally okay. That's all that we need to do. Now let's run our game and see how our game works. So first of all, it is asking computer versus player mode or player versus player mode. So let's try the first mode first. So I will say computer versus player mode. So it will ask for my name. I will add Abdullah there. So we have launched our game. So now here I will mark a position, so 1, and then I will mark 2, and let's try to mark the same position that already marked. So let's say I want to mark the position number 2. So it will say please select an empty position, and if I say 11, this is not a valid position. So it will say please select your choice from 1 to 9. Okay, so I will say 3, and it says Abdullah won the game because I have consecutive 3x signs on the first row. So that's how our computer versus player will work. Now let's try the player versus player game. So I will say 2. So I will enter the name is Abdullah and the second name is Puarasan. So here so it says Abdullah's turn. So I will say 1. Now it's Puarasan's turn. So I will say 2. So it's say Abdullah's turn. I will say 3. It's Puarasan's turn. So I will say 5. Again it's Abdullah's turn. So I will say 6 there, and Puarasan's turn I will say 8. So it says Puarasan won the game. So that's how our game program will work. So that's how we can create tic-tac-toe game in which we have two modes, a computer versus player mode and player versus player mode, and the user can decide whether it's want to play the game with the computer or whether it's want to play the game with his friend. So that's how we can create this game. Now I have a little assignment for you. So I want you to add another feature in this game. Now the feature will be like this. First, you will ask the game mood from the user. So user will select either computer versus player or player versus player. And then you will ask how many rounds you want to play. So if user says I want to play 5 rounds, then you will play the game for 5 times. Okay. So let's say computer won 2 games and user won 1 game and 2 games are draw, then you will also display the result that computer won the game and how many rounds computer won 2 rounds and player won 1 round. So you will print the result as well. Okay, so now you can do this thing with the help of a variable. So you can store rounds in your round variable, then you can run a while loop or for loop which will run rounds time, and then you can create variables like computer score and player score in which you store the score of computer and player. That's how you can do this assignment. I highly recommend you to, after doing this assignment, comment down your answer below in the comment section below, so I can see your answer and I can see how much interest do you have in C++ programming. So that's all from this video. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any question or suggestion regarding this video or any other video, you can comment down below. Do subscribe our channel and press the bell icon so you get notification whenever we upload any new video to our channel. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I will see you in the next video.